morning, TFR.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's Friday, my dudes.
Thank God it's Friday.
TGIF, everybody. Thank God it's Friday. Good morning and welcome to the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio. My name is Josh Corey, and we are joined this morning by two of my very good friends and co-hosts. Starting off with one Mr. Walter Johnson, keeping two wheels on the road at all times. Also known as Flat Earth Head over on the YouTube sites. Walter, how you doing, sir?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, you all. Good morning, Zach. Good morning out there on the right coast, Karen Land, we're going to call it from now on. It seems to be dubbed. Sorry, I'm playing with my mic cover. I didn't realize it was coming off. Anyway, good morning. It's Friday. My dudes, we made it. It's been a week that just flew by. Time is just done. There's no real time anymore. So I don't know how this actual temporal spell was placed on us as well, but holy crap, time is not even a thing anymore. I'm blinking, the week is gone. I'm blinking, a day is gone. And then suddenly 3 hours takes a week and a half to go by. Don't get it anymore. Seems very synchronistic any longer, or not synchronistic, chronologistic, whatever. Chronological. There it is. Good morning, tongue and mouth and coffee.
It's a great day for vocabulary.
Coffee.
I'd say hello over to...
There's a dude over there on that East Coast.
There
Talk
is.
to him.
One over there in Karen Land as we speak. One Mr. Zachary Zabala. Or you may know him as Good Times for All. Over there on the YouTubes. Zach, how you doing? How you enjoying the Carolinas?
Oh, I love it. I just love it. It's rained every day, just a little bit, half hour. Well, the first day we got here, it rained pretty good. But then just like a half hour a day, enough for the farmers to get all their stuff. And everything is green. Everything is so big. All the trees are thicker than I am. It's where I'm supposed to be. I have my guitar. I have my books. Life is good. Yeah, I have no complaints.
Now I have a new middle name, Thinner Than the Trees.
Yeah, and my guitar. Oh my God, it feels like my fingers hurt so bad still right now. I couldn't play last night. You know how it is, Walt. When your fingers... Yeah, I'm getting them back. I mean, other guitars...
are starting to come back. I don't know if you can... Woo! Yeah, I've been really...
Yeah, I can play...
Oh.
I can play other guitars for a little while, and it's nice and everything, but my guitar, I can play it forever. And it doesn't... I don't know what it is. Until my fingers can't take it anymore. Like yesterday, I kept picking it up, and I'd hit one chord and be like, nope, not time yet. My fingers still hurt too bad. It's just, I want to play it again. It's been, I don't know. You can be around other instruments, other people's stuff. But when you have your own, you like make this connection, this bond.
That's your girl. That's not somebody else's girl.
Yeah, that's my baby. Damn right.
Man, I figured out I've done something unintentionally to myself by... Wow, this is guitar geek time. Okay, so some guitarists tune down. Two reasons. Some do it just to sound heavy, or drop D, drop C, drop B. Some guitarists do it for that reason. But a lot of guitarists in a lot of popular bands, Van Halen's one that comes to mind immediately, pretty sure Guns N' Roses, and my top band, Alter Bridge, all tuned down to E flat. It does two things. It makes the singer not have to reach so hard for those high notes, and it makes your tension on your strings a lot less. So it makes digging in and hitting crazy reaches and just doing stuff a lot easier. And now I got out of that alter bridge phase and I'm back in my Joe Satriani phase. And Joe tunes to E standard. Well, the guitar strings I had to get to be able to drop down to E flat regular, and sometimes Mark Tremonti goes down to B flat, so I had to have some really thick strings. So now I'm trying to like yank and crank on 13s. I used to have 11s, so my fingers are like toasted. They are so shredded right now trying to do all this E standard Joe Satriani stuff. Anyway, enough guitar geeking. Let's move on. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing pretty good. I was at work yesterday, and I was enjoying a nifty little podcast called Secrets of Saturn. A few of you may have heard of it. There's a fellow named Jason Lindgren does it on occasion. But he had some awesome guests his last show. Well, Zach, I think you heard it. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Yeah, I think I heard the show. I was invited on it. It was pretty fun. Me, Baldini, Jason, and Wayne McCroy. And we covered the Beirut explosion. And I saw some new footage of it even in a negative filter. And I'm thinking that thing was definitely hit by something. That wasn't just an explosion. There was something fired into that a fraction of a second before the big explosion took place. And you can see it in like multiple different cameras.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty strange things
So yeah,
falling
this
from
was
the sky.
definitely something happened here. This wasn't an accident. I don't know. I know there's some people in that area that don't like the people from Lebanon.
Yep.
Well, I'm not sure exactly where the footage I saw came from, but on the same night I was watching endless footage of the explosion, kind of trying to wrap my head around it too, because I'm seeing a lot of refineries explosion, not a lot, but a few on cameras, and just looked weird. And I know it was the ammonium nitrate. I know all that, but I don't know. It just looked strange to me too. That weird crude thing that happened right before the blast wave goes out. So that same night, I saw footage, and I've got to find it. I'll find it and show it to y'all after, like this afternoon on our video show. But anyway, it's like a tall building somewhere, and it looks like at first lightning's happening, but then you see that it actually looks like something came from the ground and wrapped up around this building, and it looks like a plasma discharge, and there's all these weird pieces of plasma that are just left floating in the air after the initial. It was really crazy, and it just made me think that I think there's shit happening. I just feel that there's a different energy and things are happening. I really do. Plasma wise. So maybe something happened like that set this thing off. I don't know. I don't think it was an attack. I mean, maybe it was. Hell, I don't know. I'm just rambling. It's early. I need more coffee. I'll shut up.
I've seen some interesting things falling out of the sky just before that explosion.
Oh, really? See, I haven't looked at that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I say interesting. It's not like it's super good footage, but it's pretty consistent.
Well, there's one that they put it into a negative, and it was at least 1080p. It's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
And you can, it even looks like a missile in that one. Like the shape of it is oblong. The one we were looking at last night on Secrets of Saturn, or the night before, excuse me, was it almost looked like a triangle. You could tell that the video wasn't high quality enough. It looked real blocky. But then I saw the one yesterday that was much better definition, and then they turned it negative, and you could just see this weird looking oblong thing like a split second before the explosion. It all happens in less than the blink of an eye, so fast. But yeah, I'm calling this was done on purpose. I don't think this was an accident, and I don't think ammonium nitrate would have done that much. Now, I was seeing ammonium nitrate do a lot of big stuff, but this was a lot. This was a huge explosion, and I think it was only like 2,400 tons of ammonium nitrate, which is nothing to laugh at. That's a big quantity, but they've had ones even bigger. You know, I mean, really, the one in Texas that they had was well bigger than that.
That's one of the ones I was thinking of exactly.
Yeah, and it just didn't look the same. It had a big, huge explosion and everything. Don't get me wrong. It had the big one, but it was different. The devastation, everything was different. This was more. This was bigger. This is a big something that they used.
I thought it was pretty interesting. Wednesday, before you went on Secrets of Saturn, we were doing our pre-show, and I think you had asked us what we thought, and it was one of those things that I just thought it looked pretty legit. I didn't see anything glaring, staring me in the face when I watched that video. A lot of it seemed pretty legit. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're showing all kinds of other videos that weren't even focused on the smoke. A lady out front taking pictures in her wedding gown.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
You know,
It's knocked over.
man, jeez. People standing out in front of shops, you know, just looking up at it like, whoa, what the heck? And then all of a sudden they just go flying through the windows.
Mm-hmm.
If it is a hoax, this is one of the best hoaxes I've ever seen.
Well, and it's
This is how a hoax should be done if it is a hoax.
and that's my point. It's one of those few things that everybody says, conspiracy theorists thinks everything's are hoaxes. There's nothing really happens. And upon this video, we're looking at it, and we all pretty well decided, oh no, they didn't fake this. This definitely something definitely happened here. And that was pretty much the general consensus on Secrets of Saturn as well. Oh no, something definitely happened. There was definitely an explosion. People more than likely died. There were probably injuries. I mean, this wasn't just this whole, oh, they faked it. It's all a hoax. We saw it. We have that discerning eye, and we could see, oh no, there's definitely something not right here. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
And I guess Trump supposedly came out, said it was a terrorist attack, according, to his information or whatever.
I heard that too, yeah. But that was a tad interesting. I think in more than one occasion in different not languages, but, saying it in more than one way, he pretty much alluded to the fact that this was no accident.
Diva in chat may have just hit upon it. It was real. It's taken out their port, and Macron has promised aid only if they toe the line.
What a big shock.
Shout out to everybody in chat, by the way. I see a lot of folks are here already. Daz, the man himself. Lucas, awesome show with Marty the other day. Good Servant is here. Lee Redpath, good to see you here this morning. Voynich, hello. Glad you're here. I know I'm going to miss somebody. Liz, the Iron Maiden herself. Oh, man, it keeps scrolling every time I go back up. Stop. Y'all stop typing. Stop typing. Stop typing. Diva, I said that. Dawn, Liz. Oh, man, the Allen's here. Ben Flat, Alexander Lightwater. Who am I missing? Just say hey. And I'll say hey to you. Douglas Falk here early in the morning. I think that's it.
Oh, well, we can head over to
For now.
TFR chat. Rockin' Rio.
You do the others.
Rio is in chat, hanging out there
Nice.
with Enlightened Dawn and Alan Holman, Boy Solomon, and Daz. And, of course, Sophia, the bot, hanging out in the
All hail our AI leaders. Vagabond just hit this morning. Good to see you this morning, friend. All right. So, yeah, I guess we need to look at that video this afternoon on our show. I haven't seen the ones as well analyzed as you guys have seen. I kind of got tired of looking at it the first day. So, and I was tie-dyeing yesterday, so help me. I've got a problem. Oh, this is the most addicting art I've ever started. I think it's the surprise that makes it so dopamine giving. Because, dude, you don't know what you're going to get ever. You can follow every technique, every fold. You never know what you're going to get. So, yeah, help me. Help me.
Reminds me of
Keep
Alf.
making them. We'll start selling them.
Right?
You won't even.
If I could just
We'll just
figure out
make
how
them
to.
out, have shelves, just take
If I
them
could
from
just
you.
figure out how to fold the continents, I'm trying to work on a flat Earth. It's just really hard to do.
That'd be
What?
awesome.
Daz has a tie-dye story for me one day over here in chat. Okay, I'm gonna start reading chat. John, where are you? John Savage, wake up.
Savage!
There you go. There you go.
I feel so much better now that I have my books. You have no idea how naked I felt. I mean, I love Denver. I loved it out there. It was awesome. But I just had this sense of, like, please don't let it happen right now. Please don't let it happen right now. Please don't let it happen right now. I just haven't read all these. There's too many of them that I haven't been able to read all of them. I was just, gathering the knowledge. And when I went on my walkabout, shit, I took them all with me. And this was only supposed to be a couple week endeavor. And it turned out to be a year. And yeah, that was kind of nerve wracking at times when things were getting real weird. And then now everything's all right. I don't bring it.
Yeah, that's how I
Good to
felt
go.
out in Oregon when I was there with Mom. I was like just hoping that it wouldn't all go down completely while I was over there on the other side of the world and not here at home.
I was going to say something, and I'll be damned if I remember what it is. But I will say we do have amassed quite a pile of space lettuce.
Yeah, I think you and I went crazy. We started digging around. Finally some interesting things were coming through. Probably should talk about some of those things.
No, we'll just mention that we have them. That should be good
We
enough.
have them.
We
They're
got
here. We read them.
Boy, were they interested.
It's cool, man. It's totally cool. All right, so
Did you guys see the Elon Musk video of him talking about the guy was a bumbling idiot? He was like, "Oh, my adrenaline is just so high right now. I'm just coming down off adrenaline. That's why I look like a retard right now."
Uh-huh.
Pretty much is what he said. The guy is a bumbling moron. He does not do anything related to engineering or any type of technology. He's a computer nerd, a computer programmer. That's what the guy does. He's not Tony Stark. And he's not even that bright to
He's a
be.
lucky
I've
programmer.
spoken with computer programmers. Yeah, I have a computer programmer in here that speaks, very technically and very, every word is picked and he knows what he's going to say. And Elon Musk doesn't look like he has a clue what he's going to say when he goes up there. It's like a young Joe Biden. I think they're using like the same program for all these people or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe he's just
The
stoned.
guy's an idiot.
Sinners. Excuse me. Sorry.
No, Josh, because I'm stoned. All right, most of the time, pretty much every time you talk to me,
I can relate.
and that can't be the case. Yeah, that can't be the case unless he only smokes pot right before interviews and never any other time. Then okay, I could see it, but no.
Yeah, well,
Ah,
that doesn't seem.
it's got to be a. It's got to be a joke. It's got to be them laughing at us. Like, really, you guys really believe that this guy is doing this stuff? Yep, we can get away with saying space is real. They're buying Elon. Keep going.
These people are thinking the computer geek is who needs to be in control of their health at this point, Zach. The normies, the maskies. But in better news, exciting, interplanetary news. Is that a word? I remember that word.
I think so.
Okay, guys, sit down, buckle up. It's 4:20 a.m. here, and if there's ever been more appropriate story for that time, I think this is it because they were super high when they came up with this shite.
420.
Remember moons? Remember planets? Remember dust moons? Well, now we have planets.
Shit.
Planets. That's BLANETS. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's easy to think of black holes as a voracious destruction machine, slurping up everything in their immediate vicinity, but that's not always the case. The environments around active supermassive black holes are complex, and last year a team of astronomers showed that there's a safe zone around each supermassive black hole in which thousands of planets could be orbiting. Well, the team led by Kiichi Wada of Nagashima University in Japan, I probably said that completely wrong, I apologize, has given a new name, kind of like I just did, to these black hole planets, which is just delightful. No, not so much, really. Not at all, actually. Anyway, and they worked out how these planets might form from grains of dust swirling around the black hole. And then there's a paper, and then they wrote information, and it's a lengthy bunch of crap explaining how they came up with this newest iteration of total mindfuckery.
Sure. A grain of sand. You know, because it's got more mass and more gravity than does the black hole. So naturally, the grain of sand next to a black hole is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because everything will be drawn to that grain of sand and not to a supermassive black hole.
Kind of like everything's sucked to the earth, not to the sun.
Exactly.
And the moon stays here and not goes there. Cool. Glad they scienced it out for us. Wow, if it wasn't such a long article, I'd probably read it to y'all. But it's really lengthy and it's really full of crap.
You could have stopped at planets.
Well, I just wanted you to know that there was some thought behind it.
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Just because they wrote a big, long article doesn't mean there was any thought behind the naming of planets. The hell? The hell is wrong with people?
Good question. I wish I had
Who started this whole thing about mixing words to make a new word?
It was...
You remember?
A dude?
Uh-huh. I don't remember
Saying
his
another
name.
dude, just like another dude.
Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude, playing a dude, disguised as another dude.
You're a dude that don't know what dude he is.
How about this? There was Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Or was it Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie? Once they started marrying the celebrities' married names together, I think is when it all kicked off.
That could definitely be it, Josh. You have a good memory.
Don't say shit like
that. He does, don't he?
Well, we've only got about 90 seconds left here of the first half hour. Jesus, how did that segment go by so fast? We haven't done jack shit.
We talked about planets.
Oh,
man.
Planets. I mean, but
don't belittle the planets. Say that 5 times.
The moon.
Belittle the planet.
The moon. Belittle the planets. That's a good one.
Show title. Belittling planets.
Belittle the planet.
Planet Arth.
Well, you have fun out there Reason Ace. Like that name. Says he's going out to work in the garden. And it looks beautiful.
Awesome. Do that.
Yeah.
I also saw, was it Daz eating cucumbers earlier?
Had his first one I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Oh, I hope it wasn't never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
I used to, I would have said before, oh, I'm jealous. But now I don't get jealous. I get happy, more happy for people. Even though I was happy before, I try to leave that jealousy part out of it. Like, no, that's not for you to enjoy. If it was for me to enjoy, I would have been there doing it. This is for not all gardens are for you, Zach. You don't get to be in all of them. Let other people enjoy it. And I'm trying to start to look at life like that a little more.
I hear
Don't cut my
music.
neighbor's garden.
All right. I guess we're going to pay a bill or two or three.
Might as well. This is the Ironworks. We'll be right back.
From the dawn of man, we have turned to nature to help attain balance within ourselves. But somewhere, we lost our way. Western culture is once again remembering the healing benefits of CBD, the non-psychoactive component of the hemp plant. That's why more and more people who use CBD report relief from inflammation and chronic pain, balanced blood sugar and cardiovascular system, relief from muscle tensions, tremors, migraines, headaches, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on. The big question is, where do you get it? iLife is a 99% pure CBD oil made with all organic ingredients, and it's available to TFR listeners worldwide. If you use coupon code TFR at checkout, you'll get $5 towards your order. Head on over to iLife.com now. That's AYA life.com.
Hey folks, guess what the #1 phrase that Life Change Tea receives by email? You ready? We love this tea. We love this tea. Time after time, week after week, we love this tea. Life Change Tea gives you more energy, a beautiful cleansing, and fulfills its slogan perfectly. The tea that makes you go. So if you want to be on your health game, log on to getthetea.com and order Life Change Super Strength Tea. Packages come in a 1-month supply, and when you brew this stuff, wait until you see the results. Aren't we all about the results? And with a lot of people's health struggling, we can use a little bit of help. Doctors will tell you disease starts in the gut. So log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Be our next email saying, I love this tea. I love this tea. Get the tea at getthetea.com. Helping America one tea bag at a time.
Dowsing is the ancient science of finding water and metal underground. Albert Einstein said that dowsing was tapping into earth energies which modern science as yet does not understand. Diamonds, silver, gold, and platinum objects have all been found using dowsing. And now, for the first time on film, we visit the pyramids, Stonehenge, and ancient sites, dowsing for buried treasure and tapping into this mysterious earth energy.
The Enigma Channel. Intelligent television for planet Earth. EnigmaTV.com.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear. Real people, real radio.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning to you. Start your day off bright and shiny. Get up off your little hiney and begin your happy day.
The iron you need to get what you want.
And welcome back. Second segment, kicking off right now. Weird things going on. Lots of weird things going on with our YouTube channel.
Oh?
Well, a couple
Did you see my little message I sent?
I did. A couple weeks ago, Liz was banned from our channel.
Yeah, and she's a mod.
Right.
How does that even happen?
No idea.
Nobody can ban her. That's crazy.
So she was actually banned. It wasn't just some kind of...
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Nuts.
You couldn't see what she was typing. But Nachiketa...
Well, didn't we just find out Nachiketa...
Surely, yeah. He was typing...
Oh, shout out. He's in chat.
Well, he's been in chat. I had to go through manually during the break. Just now, as the breaks was ending, I had to go into our channel to the community tab and add him specifically as a moderator. Just to make sure we could see his stuff. I didn't see him on a list of banned users, but it's a pretty long list of...
Wow, so he wasn't even on the ban list.
Not that I saw. I saw John Thor on there, which I thought was really strange. I've got to go through there and see. It's like...
Apparently, according to Vagabond, mod banning's been happening everywhere. It happened to him on the Really Woke show. So, welcome to the new YouTube. It's your new normal.
Wow.
That's really weird. So apologies to
crazy.
anyone who thinks that we've banned you.
Yeah, anyone out there that thinks they've been banned, please reach out to us. Email ironrealmedia@gmail.com and let us know, because
you're not a troll. I mean, if you're one of the normal trolls, then save your breath.
Unless we've somehow given a wrench to somebody who's a dual agent that we don't know about.
But a wrench can't ban another wrench.
Ban another wrench. I don't know. I never tried to do that. So.
That's weird as all hell.
Wow, that's so weird.
Well, I noticed a couple of times. Now that you're saying that, wow. So a couple of times, like during the Really Woke show, or during, I don't know, a couple of different people's chats I would be in, Beth Martin, type something on my phone, I'm watching on YouTube, on the TV, on the Fire Stick, I'll see one message go up, and then I'll answer somebody and it won't show up ever. Or I'll say something to somebody specifically and it won't show up ever. 2 or 3 messages later. I used to think it was a time thing, but now I'm beginning to wonder. Because I know some places you can't do too many, they have their stuff set some way you don't do too many messages within a certain time frame, but not everybody that I go to has that, I don't think, unless it's a default and they haven't changed it.
I don't think so. Slow mode, it'll usually tell you at the bottom when you're getting ready to chat whether slow mode has been turned on.
Slow mode, there you go. So, I don't know. Like I said, a few different times I'll type it on my phone and send it, and it never shows up. So, again, if anybody's been having trouble in our chat, let us know. ironrealmedia@gmail.com.
Yeah, I don't swing that ban hammer too often, unless you're just an idiot troll.
Well, this is twice in chat. I'm sorry to jump on that. Twice in chat, Don mentioned getting hit by a fake man-made storm. So is that the one that was heading up the East Coast?
The one with the really weird
With
name?
the really weird name that I can't remember, but it was really weird, right? That had nothing to do with any names I've ever heard, right? Maybe that's what that name meant, was man-made storm in some other language. They apparently still have no internet, and the internet company says they'll just have to wait. Sorry to hear that, Don. Shoot. Shart. I'm trying to stop cussing. These people have me so worked up lately, and I'm not going to let them do that no more. That's just as much letting them win as putting on the mask.
See, we were talking about names, and I had a story in here about names. Oh, because NASA is such a bully. So mean. NASA is.
NASA. Butthole. Oh, there I go again. What did it do?
Some 5,000 light years from Earth, there's a picturesque dying star that's shedding its mighty gaseous layers. Until recently, NASA referred to this deep space object, known as planetary nebula, as the Eskimo Nebula. Not anymore. The space agency announced Wednesday that it's scrutinizing and reviewing the nicknames for cosmic objects with derogatory names. The decision comes as both the sciences and the greater society confront the ingrained use of names that are overtly racist, harmful, or historically repugnant. I don't think Eskimo
Are they gonna make space politically correct now?
They're going for it. They're going for it.
Oh my God.
No
But
more.
then Einstein needs to be pulled out of everything because that guy was one of the biggest racist bigots that ever wrote it down on paper. I mean, he, in his own words, pretty much screams, "Hey, I'm a racist bigot." So just throwing that out there.
Well, the Eskimo Nebula will be no more. NASA will stop using that name for planetary nebula NGC 2392. Eskimo is widely viewed as a colonial term with a racist history, imposed on the indigenous people of the Arctic regions, explains NASA. The Siamese twins galaxies. NASA will now refer to this pair of spiral galaxies with their official astronomical names as NGC 4567 and NGC 4568. Real creative.
It's so cool how you change history by erasing history. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's very cool. Sorry, go ahead, sir.
That's what happens when things are historically repugnant. Right? That just means you go back and you change what happened in history. Because that's just so repugnant.
It didn't happen once you make it go away in the computer world or the internet webby. Anyway, I'll stop. You go ahead, sir.
Well, for other galaxies, nebula, and cosmic objects with racist or harmful names, NASA says it will now, quote, use only the official International Astronomical Union designations in cases where nicknames are inappropriate, end quote.
Who gets to decide exactly? Again, who decides the appropriate?
Yeah, who's appropriate?
I forget because I don't watch TV, so I don't keep up.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
I just do what the fuck. Oh God, see, there it is again. I love the Illuminati.
We let the Nazi scientists figure it out. You got to let the Nazi scientists figure this stuff out. They'll tell you what's appropriate and what's not.
Yeah, otherwise I think it's BLM and LGBTQ. They'll tell you what's okay and what's not. They'll be able to. I'm sure they got a whole list of incoming pronouns for interstellar objects approved for NASA. Anyway, we'll just finish this off here real quick. When inoffensive nicknames for jargony cosmic objects are helpful and easy to digest, quote, but often seemingly innocuous names can be harmful and detract from the science, end quote, NASA explained. These nicknames and terms may have historical or culture connotations that are objectionable and unwelcoming, and NASA is strongly committed to addressing them. NASA's Associate Administrator for Diversity and Equal Opportunity, Stephen T. Shee, said in a statement. There we go. NASAPC. Interesting.
LMNOQ.
Wow. Okay, well then people need to quit changing words into different meanings and shit. This whole LGBTQ stuff with this guy's a bear and that guy, whatever all the different names are. So bear, an offensive word now. Can I not use the word bear? Do we have to start calling them different things? I mean, come on. When does it end?
It's derogatory to my forest friends.
You say bear again. I want you to say grizzly.
But what if it's a Kodiak?
I mean, that was part of the reason why freedom of speech was like in the First Amendment.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Don't have to be politically correct.
You know what does not need to be protected? You know what nobody needs to put their foot down and protect? What never needs anyone to die for is politically correct speech. Speech that is inoffensive, speech that does not offend anybody, does not need to be protected. It's the free speech, the ability to say whatever the fuck you want that needs to be protected, and that's why the fuck we live here. Sorry. Whew, that's better than a cup of coffee.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Man, that got me pumped up. Shoot, I'm on. Woo!
Love it. Yeah, exactly. This is what the Nazis did, folks. We're watching it happen again in our very own country. And there are people that are cheering them on. Most of the people are cheering them on. Yeah, tell me where it's at. Yeah.
Right.
Oh. Sorry, what? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, we realize we're preaching to the choir for most of the people listening right now, but hopefully you'll share this show out there far and wide to some people who haven't heard some of the things we're ranting on about here this morning. Sorry.
Something tells me we've got plenty more rants coming up. Just digging through this space lettuce a little bit.
Well, they always talk about those numbers John Savage loves so much when you start saying these numbers are everywhere and they mean all this symbology. But when you keep saying 33 every fucking where, like I noticed there was a story about the airline executive who's flown 33 times this year and all this kind of crap. You go, yeah, I guess. Well, please tell me what the hell. Please explain this to me. Apparently, and I may be reading it wrong. Let me double check the number. Yeah, that's 2 3s. Okay. Astronomers may have found a star that's just 33 years old. I think that's enough. I don't really see any point in going any farther than this. Oh, people, please. So apparently a team of astronomers has found a star that they believe
now,
to be...
Wait a minute. Okay, they didn't see the star last year, right? They didn't know the star was there. The star's there now. How did they come up with 33?
It's a 90s kid. 90s kid. Come on, man. So apparently they detected a neutron star being born following a supernova first detected in 1987 in a satellite galaxy. Should I say satellite galaxy? Oh, okay. Of the Milky Way. Oh, can I say Milky Way? That is a candy bar.
That might be offensive.
Shoot. 170,000 light years from Earth, dubbed SN 1987A. Until now, astronomers weren't sure if the neutron star survived the powerful event. And looking at the picture, I don't think it did. I think they zoomed in on a neon sign the next neighborhood over. I'll show you guys the pic in a minute. Anyway, it didn't just collapse in on itself and form a black hole, but instead, in a new paper published last week, in the Astrophysical Journal, it suggests that it may have survived after all. So where's the bell, Josh? Damn. That means the neutron star would be a millennial, no older than 33. Confirmed. If confirmed. Oh, you can't write this shit. You cannot. The next fucking two words after 33, if confirmed,
The Illuminati says
the Illuminati, it would be the youngest neutron star known to mankind in the report. To date, the youngest supernova remnant is.
What's the youngest one to date, Walt?
330 fucking years old, because you can't write this stuff. They do. That's Cassiopeia A, about 11,000 light years away from Earth inside the Milky Way galaxy. Holy crap. Analyzing high resolution imagery from the ALMA array there in Chile. Chile is probably offensive to peppers. I don't know. A team of astronomers was able to get a closer look at what was left behind following. How much more of this is there? Wow, there's a lot. So yeah, there was a star. Might only be 15 miles across. Wait, what? That can't be right. They found a hot blob inside the core of the supernova, likely a gas cloud shrouding the neutron star. The star itself would be far too small to be detected directly, as it's extremely small and dense.
Go on. Finish that sentence, Walt. Let everybody
The
hear.
mass of 1.4 times the sun, our sun, the big one, inside a sphere, because you got to hear sphere, that's only 15 miles across.
So 140% of our sun in a sphere the size of only 15 miles
That's
across.
what you see. I see that too. Okay, I was checking the math and you got there first. All right, good. We were very surprised to see this warm blob made by a thick cloud of dust in the supernova remnant. I'm sure you were, says Mikaku Matsuru from Cardiff University, who first discovered the discovery with Malma. Okay, so I know there's another number somewhere. Let's see. Where's it gonna? Where are we gonna get it again? No more 33s. According to computer models, neutron star would have been sent screaming through space at hundreds of kilometers per hour. Per second. Yeah, I'm reading too fast. The location. I'm just trying to scan through this crap to get to the end. Location. Theoretical star.
Let's get the bullshit right, Walt. Let's get the bullshit straight.
I did, because I just said the theoretical star. So I've been reading all this on the theory. I should have known. Was also found to be extremely bright, in large parts thanks to its hypothesized temperature of around 5 billion degrees Celsius or 33 billion in Fahrenheit. I'm being silly. It will take time until the existence of the star can be confirmed, because this is all just shit we're pulling out of our ass. The dust and gas, there you go. The dust and gas around the supernova need to subside further for astronomers to say with any certainty that this extremely young star really exists.
So the dust and the gas need to somehow circle their way, kind of make their way around in this strange little cosmic tango that they're doing. Yeah. Because we know what this is.
I see Eddie Murphy for some reason.
That's right. That's the Pointer Sisters, baby. I didn't know we're going to get hit for this, but that's okay. Because it's Friday and I don't give a shit. So for those of you that don't realize the relevance here, they're just doing the neutron dance. And I really thought they were going to get to it before now, but I don't want to play the whole damn song, just waiting for them to say neutron dance. But there we go.
Isn't it I'm burning to the neutron dance?
Doing the neutron dance.
Dude, okay. Because when I say I'm burning, that doesn't mean I'm dancing.
Nope. Means I'm burning.
Means something else.
I'm burning for you.
I don't do it for anybody else either. I burn. Personal satisfaction.
Where the hell have we gone this
We
morning?
need another.
It all went off the rails
Need to write
with
something.
with the 33 story. I think that took us off the rails.
The 33,000 or 330. That did it for me. That was like, oh my god.
It was what, like 11,000 light years away, which I thought was really interesting because if you take 11 and you multiply it by the 33, the age of the original star, you get 330, which is then the age of the second oldest or youngest star. And I really think it's the website. I think the website is what's jacked up. I'm pretty sure they've fired all the humans and are just letting the AI bots write this shit. Because that was futurism.com. I'm pretty sure where Walt just read that story from. Because here's one that I see from futurism.com. Hold on to your seats because it says your bones are made out of exploded stars, scientists say. The supernova wasn't just calcium rich. It was the richest of the rich. According to new research, half the calcium in our universe comes from, quote, calcium-rich supernova, end quote. That means the stuff that our teeth and bones is made from essentially are the remains of dead stars that blew up a long, long time ago. These events are so few in number that we have never known what produced calcium-rich supernova, said Wynne Jacobson Galan.
Wait. Didn't the Big Bang like create everything?
Maybe.
That was like a
Unless
star.
it bounced.
And their
It might have bounced
theoretical
instead of a
apple.
bang.
So, yeah, everything is made from stars, people. I mean, and you didn't know calcium was one of those things? Come on now. Okay, that's it. Just pointing out, these computers are dumb.
Yeah, I wish
They're
they had
just
a way
straight
to
dumb.
just take all the stuff, all the basic stuff that the stars were sort of made out, and just lay it all out on the table. Just lay it all out there. Give us their names. Give us their atomic weights. Give us all that stuff. That'd be real nice. So we can figure this stuff out for ourselves. Oh, well, so we got to what? Wynne Jacobson. Okay, by observing what the star did in its final month, the final month before it reached critical, tumultuous end, we peered into a place previously unexplored, opened new avenues of study within transient science. Jacobson Galan added. An extremely bright event some 55 million light years from Earth grabbed the attention of the international astronomy community in April 2019. Quote, every single country with a prominent telescope turned to look at this object. She recalled astronomers were so quick that many observed the supernova just 10 hours after the explosion. The explosion is trying to cool down, Raffaella Margutti from Northwestern University and a senior author of the study explained in the statement. If it wants to give away its energy, and calcium emission is an efficient way to do that. As it turns out, the explosion spewed out an immense amount of calcium. It wasn't just calcium rich, Margutti said. It was the richest of the rich. They caught the event just in time to conclude that it was the most calcium to have ever been observed to be emitted from just a single event. The luminosity tells us how much material the star shed and how close the material was to the star, Jacobson Galan explained. In this case, the star lost a very small amount of material right before it exploded. That material was still nearby. There we go.
And guess what, folks? They've never, ever, ever actually measured any material coming out of any star, except for maybe like a radio frequency.
Maybe.
So this is all just made up horseshit. Pardon my French. I don't want to offend horses. Sorry, horses.
Sorry, horses.
My bad.
Wow, we're almost at another break. Wow. Okay, so I was going to tell you guys about some new weird water, but I guess I'll wait to the other side of the break because it's a little lengthy, but interesting, especially if you're a fan of Kurt Vonnegut.
Wait, wouldn't politically correct mean that we're going to lie? Like, if you're going to be politically correct, then every word coming out of your mouth should be a lie, right?
Pretty well. That seems to be the case.
It's kind of like those words that shouldn't go together. Politically correct is kind of like jumbo shrimp or
Army intelligence.
Right. You're a Carlin fan, I see.
And there we go.
That's what we need to start playing, some Carlin and Hicks and all kind of good little comedy clips.
That would be good.
There was a station in Denver that played nothing but comedy, stand-up, short skits. It was awesome.
That is awesome.
Miss it.
Anyway, hour number 1 of the Ironworks in the books. We'll be right back with hour number 2 right after this.
Hi, my name is Ella.
I'm
10 years old. I'm one of the millions of children born to parents suffering from the sheeple virus. Symptoms include the inability to think for oneself, the attention span of a goldfish, and a strong belief in government and the mainstream media. It is estimated that 1 out of every 2 children are being raised by parents infected with the sheeple virus. But there is a cure. For as little as 19 cents per day, you can become a TFR supporter and help children like me get their daily dose of truth. Together, we will make sure every child has protection from deception.
Deadline day for a stimulus deal. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. But both sides say they're far apart on enhanced employment compensation, more stimulus payments, and help for cities and states hit hard by the coronavirus. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows says the president is frustrated by the lack of progress.
He's coming to the realization that perhaps some of our Democrats, both in the House and Senate, are not serious about compromise.
Meadows says the president will issue executive orders on some of those issues if there isn't a deal, but Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says
an executive order will leave millions of people out. It will be litigated. It won't be effective. And things will get worse.
Joe Biden walking back this comment made to a reporter about race and diversity.
Unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
The former vice president tweeting late last night.
I made comments about diversity in the African-American and Latino communities that I want to clarify. In no way did I mean to suggest the African-American community is a monolith, not by identity, not on issues, not at all.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. Ohio's Governor Mike DeWine says his doctors believe he does not have the coronavirus, despite a positive result from a rapid COVID-19 test yesterday, just before he was scheduled to greet the president in Cleveland. The governor had a more comprehensive test done at the hospital. It came back negative. Protests in Portland turning violent again.
For a second straight night, Portland police declared the protest near its East Precinct unlawful. The two sides clashed as officers tried to disperse the crowd of about 200 people, some throwing things at police, officers responding with chemical gas. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
America is listening to Fox News.
Wherever you are, make it Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
And welcome back to the Ironworx.
Welcome back.
Don't mind me. I realized I didn't get coffee during the breaks. Thought I could make it in time.
You
I
did
was
good.
real close.
Got you back. I had you covered, but you were jumping it, so I was going to see if you can make it. Wow, I have an invader. I don't know what that really was. I think it was actually a little small cricket that just flew across in front of the computer. I don't know.
Oh, it was hilarious. The cicadas. You know, some of them come out every year. And then you have those years where you just see holes everywhere on the ground. And they have, well, this year isn't a big year. This is just, you know, we have some cicadas down here. Bob's never seen or heard a cicada before.
Really?
So the first night we were here, they were like, they were welcoming us because they were loud. And Bob was like freaking out. He's like, "What is that?" I was like, "It's just cicadas, man. No big deal. They're nothing." Yeah, he was like, he was like, "Dude, if I didn't know what that was, and I was just like coming to this area, and it was, you know, primitive times and whatnot," he was like, "I would have freaked out. I would have gone. I would have just started running. I never would have stopped."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I actually found one. Well, I showed you the shell one, but I actually found, one that had just passed away. They don't live very long when they come back up. I don't know what it is.
No,
They do their shedding and molting.
It's about their breeding. That's why only certain
they mate.
come out every. It's like a cycle of like these do sleep 7 years, and then these the next year sleep 7 years. I don't remember the deal. It's complicated.
Like 7 and 13.
Yeah,
it's all 4, 3. Is it 7 and 3, 7 and 4? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
It's been too long. My grandma told me all that stuff.
It was funny though. I was cracking up inside, trying not to laugh on the outside. But yeah, it's weird. When you go to a place you've never been, you're gonna hear weird things. You're gonna see weird things, and yeah, if you don't know what it is, it could be kind of freaky, for real. Bugs. I mean, they're not big. They're no bigger than your thumb, but they make some racket, man. It sounds like a freight train coming to get you almost. They get real loud. Yeah, I got a kick out of that. New adventures.
New adventures. It's good stuff. Let's see what else we got going on here.
Well, I see some talk in chat about people having issues, concerned about sending their kids back to school and all this craziness. Well, here in Louisiana, it actually, in my very parish, it actually got pretty intense just a couple of days ago. I think that was on the 6th. Let me see. The 5th, I mean, yeah, because they updated on the 6th. So, yeah, here in St. Mary, people were at the school district protesting the plans to open the schools. And they were all shouting, "Hell no, we won't go." And lots of, crowds, lots of chanting outside the school board offices. At this point, I mean, and it's all about the plan. It's all about the concern over the fake demic. It's not concern over the madness of what they're planning. That's what aggravates me, is that the protest is more about, oh, well, they might get exposed and they might blah, 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 blah. It's not really about the fakery of it all. So that's what's frustrating. If I had known this was going on beforehand, I would have been out there maybe educating them a bit, but I only found out about it after the fact. But if that's going on in your area, definitely you have a voice in your local school boards, or at least you do here in the States. I don't know how that works there, where you guys are, Liz and Diva. Anybody, like I said, that's got a kid right now about to deal with all this. I would not envy anybody. Luckily, my son's out of school doing his thing, and my grandkids, however, are gonna at some point get wrapped up in it. So there was talk about keeping them home. I don't know how realistic that talk ever proceeded. So,
Do you have to have a degree to teach online? Because I know, like, high school substitute teachers don't have to. They just need a high school diploma. And they can be a substitute, even an extended substitute for a while. There's got to be a way that people can get together and
absolutely
put together a curriculum. Because, I mean, to pass the test, it's very simple. And the requirements are not that hard to do. It's not like hours a day that have to be put into it. So even working families could do the homeschooling. It's just having, parental guidance while you guys are at work. But the schooling part, I've been looking into it. It's really not that hard to do. I mean, you do, it's just like teaching your children anything else. And the tests aren't that hard to pass. But I don't know what the requirements are. If you can just
I
even
don't
learn
anymore.
from
I
computer.
mean, it was weird here in Louisiana. I looked into all of it as my son was leaving 5th grade, because the school he was at from the 1st through the 5th was like a charter school. So it was, I don't know, looking at charter schools. But when it came time for the next grade transfer over, it was going to be to a just generic public school with a lot of craziness going on. And I really didn't know what else to do but pull him and do it myself. And luckily, I found a different school here in St. Mary Parish that was also a charter school, and he went there till he got to high school. And by then, I figured he had enough reality for me and enough education that wasn't the normal curriculum that he was safe to handle the real world for a bit. So and needed it, needed exposure to the real high school life, I thought. So.
I think
Yeah, you did a wonderful job raising him up. I love your son. He's just
that's my boy.
Good guy. Reminds me of you.
Everywhere I go, you tell people. People I don't even know ask me, "How's Quinn?" I'm like, "He's doing great." He's over there. I mean, I'm like, everybody in town knows it. Like, it's great. Yeah, he's great. He's a great kid.
I think if somebody were really smart, they would buy just a single room little building and just do a homeschooling class out of there for neighborhood families. One parent
K through 12
to do
like
homeschooling.
They used to.
Yup. Just imagine if you could do homeschooling, but for not just your child, but for other children. Just a private MF in school.
God, I would love to teach.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to teach real stuff. I would have real school, and then I'd have the bullshit they require you to learn. It would even be called that.
Yep, I'd have
the
two different
bullshit you're
hats.
required to learn, and then there's real school.
Yep, I'd put on my big poo-shaped hat, and that's what you learn from the curriculum. Then when it comes time to talk about some real shit, I'd just take it off and put on a ball cap. Said, all right. On the real, though, here's how it really is. Make sure you understand all that crap. But I did see an article in here that things for the Canadians aren't looking so hot.
What's going on in Canada?
Their chief public health officer is saying some pretty funky things. Things like physical distancing, mask wearing could be in place for the next 2 to 3 years, even with a vaccine.
But I thought a vaccine was the whole point.
Oh, here we go. Canadians at the very least shouldn't expect.
Their point, not my point. I'm just devil's advocate. Please understand.
Says Canadians shouldn't expect a COVID-19 vaccine to be a, quote, silver bullet that'll bring a swift end to to the coronavirus pandemic and return to normal, according to the country's chief public health officer. Dr. Theresa Tam used her briefing on Tuesday in Ottawa to temper expectations about the speed and effectiveness of a vaccine. She reiterated the importance of physical distancing, proper hand hygiene, and mask wearing, and attempted to dispel any notion that a vaccine will make life go back to the way it was in a couple of months. We can't at this stage just put all of our focus on a vaccine in the hopes that this is the silver bullet solution, said Tam. We're going to have to manage this pandemic certainly over the next year, but certainly we are planning to have the longer term over the next 2 to 3 years during which the vaccine may play a role. But we don't know yet. Tam said it's unclear at this stage how effective a vaccine will be. She said the key questions remain about the degree and duration of immunity a vaccine will provide, the dosage that will be needed, and whether it will prevent people from getting infected altogether or simply prevent severe illness requiring hospitalization. And it rambles on a little bit more, but basically, if you don't like the way things are right now, tough titty. Then there was this other article I saw, which got my blood boiling just a touch. And I will say this is an opinion piece written by 3 doctors. Well, 2 doctors and some other dude. Dr. Michael Lederman, Maxwell J. Melman, and Dr. Stuart Youngner. And this was their opinion piece in USA Today. But it says, defeat COVID-19 by requiring vaccination for all. It's not un-American. It's patriotic. Make vaccines.
Okay, wait.
Yep.
Hold on.
Do it.
So it's American to force people to do something they don't want to do. That's American.
Well, I mean, yes.
No, that's communist bullshit.
I don't know. Tell that to
That's
natives on the
that's left of
reservations.
Yeah, that's Nazis. That's left of Lenin. Yeah, now you see how they did it, how the Nazis, and everybody cheered them on, and all the Germans were like, yay, Nazis.
Yep, Germany's great.
Oh.
It's patriotic.
We need to put all the disabled people into camps and kill them all because they're sick, and we don't want to be around sick people.
Mm-hmm. I heart
They're not
medical
wearing
rape.
Of a disability, we need to get rid of them. I don't want to be around these people. They're disgusting. Yeah, you all sound like Nazis.
Yep.
You do.
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
Make vaccines free. Don't allow religious or personal objections and punish those who won't be vaccinated, for they are threatening the lives of others. So, to win the war against the novel coronavirus that has now killed over 158,000 people in this country, the only answer is compulsory vaccination for all of us. And while the measures that will be necessary to defeat the coronavirus will seem draconian, even anti-American to some, we believe that there is no alternative. Simply put, getting vaccinated is going to be our patriotic duty. The reason? When an effective vaccine is available for COVID-19, it will only defeat the pandemic if it is widely used, creating herd immunity. It is important to note that during an epidemic, there is no threshold above the protection conferred by herd immunity cannot be improved. Thus, the more people who are immunized, the lower the risk for all of us, including those who are not vaccinated. Nor is there an alternative to vaccine-induced herd immunity in a pandemic. Relying on enough people becoming infected and then immune is dangerous, as exemplified by the Swedish experience, where the COVID-19 mortality rate exceeds that of its more cautious neighbors. Broad induction of immunity in the population by immunization will be necessary to end this pandemic. In simple terms, a refusal to be vaccinated threatens the lives of others. So here's what America must do when a vaccine is ready, according to these three assholes. First, make vaccinations free and easily acceptable. Second, exempt only those with medical contraindications to immunization. And it is likely that there are more than one vaccine platform will provide it effective, as was the case for polio vaccines. And as a result, medical conditions that prohibit all COVID-19 vaccines will be rare. Do not honor religious objections.
Fuck you.
The major religions do not officially oppose vaccinations. Do not allow objections for personal preference, which violate the social contract.
Fuck you.
Which is as far as I had read originally. Those two words together really tend to set me off. Social contract. So I stopped there. So let's read on. It's not too terribly long. How can the government and society assure compliance with protective vaccines? Vaccine refusers could lose tax credits or be denied non-essential government benefits. Health insurers could levy higher premiums for those who, by refusing immunization, place themselves and others at risk, as is the case for smokers. Private businesses could refuse to employ or serve unvaccinated individuals. Schools could refuse to allow unimmunized children to attend classes. Public and commercial transit companies, airlines, trains, and buses could exclude refusers. Public and private auditoriums could require evidence of immunization for entry. The only legal limitation on government or private action is that it not be discriminatory. And it is hard to see how discrimination would occur if vaccinations were free and accessible for all. And here we go. How then should immunizations be documented? A registry of immunization will be needed with names entered after immunization is completed. Adequate immunization may require more than a single vaccination, and the durability of protection by different vaccines may vary and may not be lifelong, requiring periodic booster immunizations. Thus, immunized persons will need to receive expired date-stamped certification cards, which should be issued to all who are immunized in the country, whether here legally or not. These measures may seem draconian and would be costly, but ensuring universal vaccination is a negligible sacrifice compared with the costs, deaths, and social upheaval that a sustained pandemic is having on our country. We acknowledge that the refusal to obey rules one considers unjust is an American tradition. But another cornerstone of the American tradition is that we come together when it's necessary. The best example of this was during the 2 world wars. Everyone contributed. No one was allowed to opt out merely because it was conflicted with their sense of autonomy. And draft dodgers who refused to serve were subject to penalties because draft dodgers didn't exist because we all came together, which was the point of this little fucking paragraph. Never mind. There were draft dodgers, and that makes everything I just wrote completely moot. True, conscientious objectors could refuse to use weapons for religious reasons, but they were obligated to help out in other ways, serving in non-combatant roles. There are no such alternatives for vaccination. Dr. Michael Lederman is professor of medicine at the Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine. Maxwell J. Melman is professor of law at the Case Western Reserve University School of Law, and Dr. Stuart Youngner is professor of bioethics at the Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine. I suggest everybody head on over and start sending their message. Flood Case Western University with emails of these 3 assholes and how they ought not to be employed by them any longer, and really probably shouldn't have much of anything to say whatsoever about anything ever again.
Good Lord.
Here, here.
So how many deaths have these fascist, commie, pedo bastards decided this is our new future for? How many deaths was that number there at the top of the article, Josh?
158,000.
And so yearly, 29 million people in the United States die from diabetes. But our kids eat sugary fucking snacks, and our fucking diet is filled with fucking spun sugar, corn, syrup, bullshit. But no, because of 100 and whatever fucking number you just said, no, that's why we have to shut down the world. Oh, these fucking evil pedo fucks.
That's
Man,
158,000 coronavirus deaths, meaning people that died of heart attacks, people that died in car wrecks, every fucking death that was died for whatever reason that just happened to get marked corona, those are included in that 158,000. Sure, it seems like a lot. 158,000 is nothing to shake a stick at, but how many of those even were deaths from this novel, whatever the hell it is? Maybe half, I bet, at best. Probably more like a third.
Better.
And it's probably
Yeah,
only going to be from places like New York, where there was probably something else going on. Just like in China, when residents are walking down the street, turn blue, fall on the ground, start convulsing, and die right there on the street. Yeah, that probably wasn't corona, because we've not seen any of that shit. But 5 months ago, that's what it was.
Yeah, they've been lying about it the whole time, giving us false numbers. So we're never going to have any clue on what the actual numbers are. They probably don't have any clue. They probably don't want to know. Plausible deniability. I mean, they know it's fake. All they want is to give you the shot. And if it doesn't work the first time, don't worry. We got another one waiting for you. Did you see that Alex Stein guy with Jaronism?
Huh.
Have you heard of him? Oh, he's hilarious. He was going around with goggles and a mask, asking people where the line was for the corona vaccine, because he wanted to be the first person to get the vaccine. He was joking, of course, but everybody thought he was serious. He was like, I don't know if they thought I was just mentally handicapped or something, but no, they thought I was serious. Everybody. But yeah, he's going everywhere. Hey, do you know where the line is for the vaccine, the corona vaccine? It's like, I didn't know there was one. He's like, no, it's not out yet. I just want to be the first person in line. Where's the line start? I want to get the line started. Yeah. One guy was like, why are you doing this? He's like, I want to go viral on Reddit. That's his hand. Oh, yeah, funny guy, though. Oh, what's his channel? I feel dumb now.
I just want to start making up some certificate of vaccination ID cards that just says, I've been vaccinated. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, you can add to it. Just make it look real official. A certificate of vaccination identification ID. Just put it right along the side.
Yeah, you could even
COVID. Yeah.
Official stamp of bullshit could be in the little letters around the seal, and nobody's going to read that stuff. Nope. Nobody looks at these things. They see a official looking piece of paper, and they either sign it or they let you do whatever you tell them you're there to do.
Do like the old Upper Deck baseball cards. Just put a hologram on it, make it look real expensive.
There you go.
Right?
Hell, Upper Deck may still be a thing. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think there's still a hologram card or two floating around out there.
I remember when Topps was
so
the
I'm
top.
Thinking about.
Go ahead, Zach. I'm just talking stupid baseball cards from the 80s. You go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm thinking I'm going to do a show tomorrow. Somewhat early, but I'm gathering seeds. I got my books, and I'm not going to read through the whole thing. But if there's anybody there in chat that wants to know about certain types of plants and how to do, a certain plant. Because I know most videos I put out, when they're long, most people don't watch them all the way through. And I don't want people to be like, oh, I want to see what this plant is, and not even get to see it because they didn't want to sit there and watch me talk about all the other plants. So I figured I'll go live. Maybe Saturday morning will be my thing. And I'll just do the same thing every Saturday. Let people jump in, ask about a certain plant, We can even I have a bunch of books on medicinal remedies, how to turn your plants into medicine. But really, I want to teach people how to harvest seeds, because it's getting to be that time. You know, and I'm going to do it alchemically. Yeah, you know, when it's time to do things, that's when I want to make videos about it, live streams about it. So I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to start, and we'll have a powwow on how to gather seeds, and whatever seeds you guys want to learn about, that's what I'll cover.
The Oh Wow Powwow.
What? I love it.
Yeah.
From he who is skinnier than the trees.
Yeah, Diva. She wants a list of my books. I don't know. I keep saying I'm going to make all these coffee machine.
That is break music. So we'll have to pick this up on the other side. This is the third and final. We'll be back right after this.
Tearing through this one.
Mm-hmm.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. By Christine, great for heart palpitations. By Ann, before I started using this product, every afternoon my ankles and my hands would be swollen. That doesn't happen anymore. So if that part of their advertising is true, I have to assume that the rest of it is also. Not to mention that when I had my yearly blood test, only a few weeks after beginning to use this product, my cholesterol had dropped over 30 points. I'm going to continue to take it. By Croc, I love this product. It really works. By Brad, works great, thank you. Tell us your story. Get your Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey, it's Grace. Can we talk about something serious for a minute? Your age. Getting old has its perks. But remember, being a few years younger, you know, your hair was thicker, you didn't have so many wrinkles, that extra weight wasn't haunting you, and you just felt better. Well, we can't turn back the clocks and go back 10 or 15 years, but you can start feeling and looking 10 or 15 years younger with Nature's Youth RSF. It's a doctor-formulated daily supplement that helps your body maintain its peak performance and fight the aging process. Imagine sleeping better, looking better, and feeling better. See how Nature's Youth RSF has helped thousands of people just like you at nature'syouth.com. nature'syouth.com. Imagine how it will feel when your family and friends are asking you what you did to look so good. Your secret will be Nature's Youth RSF. It's time to start looking better and feeling better. Learn more and order your Nature's Youth RSF at nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com.
True initiation is an inward journey. It's a spiritual path that is totally inward. It has nothing to do with anything external to you.
I want to determine if the Grand Architect is indeed what I believe it to be, which is the artificial intelligence.
The initiatory path is one of self-discovery and self-revealing. It's not a journey that someone can hold your hand through.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you through the steps of initiation. Remember, you are divinity.
Step Beyond the Veil with Chris and Sherry Gio.
Fridays and Saturdays.
7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
You're listening to Truth Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
Allen. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Here's a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down. Doctors will tell you that these conditions are often caused by a deficiency of iron. The iron you need to keep you physically fit and mentally alert. Medical studies show that 2 out of 3 women and many, many men lack the daily iron your body requires in a form your body can easily use and put to work. Every dose gives you more than your daily minimum iron requirement.
We are the way, we are the way, we are not alone. We are striving for more.
So if you're not getting the iron your body needs, if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset, start taking iron today.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
And welcome back. Don't mind me, I just needed to finish brushing my teeth. But we are at the fourth and final segment.
To see.
I thought I was standing off camera. I had to put my knife on my belt too, but apparently
It's all good.
I was
It's all
not.
good. I had you covered. I had you covered. You can relax, bro. Just take it easy. Don't hurt yourself. I was gonna throw some Joe at y'all while we were chilling, and I forgot to. I started playing it and didn't have my screen sound shared, so it didn't work. So never mind. We'll leave with it later. Welcome back to the Ironworx. It is, 30 minutes left, man. Well, less now. Incredibly, we've gone through a show that fast. Thank you all for hanging out with us over there in chat. I'm not going to start saying the roll call. There's more of you now than there were before, but I love all y'all, and thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subbing. And this afternoon, come hang out again. We're going to kind of wing it again like we did last Friday. If you missed last Friday's show, oh my goodness. What a show. Okay, so often we plan, we make arrangements, less than often we make plans, we get a guest, and it's a great show when we do that. But for some reason, when we just kind of throw it out to the universe and let it happen, those shows seem to become classics. And if Friday's show isn't a classic, I don't know what is. We had Lana, Salt of the Earth, call in. That was amazing. Who was our next one to jump in? I can't remember the order. Was it Nick? Nick was next? Nick was next.
Nick was
yeah,
next.
because then we started talking about all that stuff, and that's what got we summoned James.
Actually,
So
I
Nick,
think Nick was first, then Lana came in because she had
oh,
to
was
finish
Nick
doing what
first,
she was
and then
doing.
Lana came later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She had to go do some things before she came in. We dropped her the link earlier before Nick, but Nick got there first. Okay, so see, there was so much going on Friday, it's got my brain broken. And unlike John, I haven't gone back and listened to it fully yet. So it was amazing. Phuket Word, Nick, amazing. Thank you, sir. As I said, Atlanta, we met a new friend. She's great, amazing. Her dad has all kind of airline info and just great stuff. Great stuff. And then James True showed up again, buddy. Just soon called him an Iron Realm. Remember, at this point, he's here so damn often. So but it's amazing. Like I said, kind of just one of those shows that grew organically, and those tend to be the best. So it was amazing. Thank you all that were there. Thank you all for hanging out and checking it out. Go check it out this afternoon. Hopefully something else will coalesce.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, see what pops up. You never can tell.
And the plan is open lines. That's what started the whole thing, was open phone lines with Lana. And then we saw Nick was in chat. It was like, wow, we've been planning on having you here, sir, so often. And he was
Karen B jumped in too.
That was it. I was saying, man, I'm missing somebody. My brain was racking.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep covering my own ass and talking while I was trying to get my somebody else was there. Damn it. Thank you, Karen. I love you. I'm sorry I forgot you. You're my Squatch sister. We were talking about Karen Land at the top of the show, so you know you're on our minds. So, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as we get these trucks unloaded, as soon as these trucks are unloaded, once they get here, man, I'm getting my tent. I'm spending like 3 days out in Karen Land. She's not even going to see me. Nobody at the house.
You're just going to hit the woods and squatch out, right?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I'm not taking my gun. We were talking about this Wednesday.
Oh, you gotta go
when I saw a Sasquatch in my dream, all right, this happened not that long ago, less than a year ago. All right. So I'm at my house where I grew up for some reason, and a Sasquatch tries walking in the back porch. Well, I pull out my 9 and I shot him in the head. When this happened, where I hit him, it was a beautiful shot, by the way. Upper left front lobe just would have been gone. But there was a big hole there, but it was light. There was no blood. It was just like pure light coming out of the Sasquatch's forehead. And he didn't like react like ow or anything like that. He just looked at me with these saddest eyes like, why'd you do that, man? And I just felt like total shit in my dream right there. Like, oh man. So I'm not taking my gun out to the woods. There's no brown bear. There's no, nothing really super alpha that I got to worry about out there. But I don't want to shoot Sasquatch in the head.
Right.
I really don't.
No, you don't. That's too much stuff. Especially the part about the light and the look on his face. That's awesome, kind of.
Yeah, I just felt like a dick. I still feel like a dick, I don't want to recreate that. So when I see him in this realm, I'll be okay. I hope. I'll probably shit my pants, really, to tell you the truth, if I saw something
Most
like
people
that.
do at first. Up in Shreveport, well, not really Shreveport, out in Keithville, which is close to Shreveport in North Louisiana, there's like known lore in that area out where my uncle and them used to have a haunted house. Side note, another show. But this place has a story. Everybody's got a story of seeing, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it there. They had a name, and I can't remember what they called it, like a nickname, like somebody's name, Old Joe or Bill, or I can't remember. It's been too long ago. But, I knew it was Bigfoot. But, yeah, one year somebody hit one, apparently, with the car or the truck or something. And since they had the scent on the truck, they decided to try to hunt it down with dogs. And they went for, I think, 10 days, literally, out in the woods. It just led them around, like playing with them. And they gave up. It was pretty funny. There's a question in chat, Zach, for you. Are you able to read chat, or you want to give it to you? It's from Lee Redpath. He apparently buried his cat in the garden. Sorry to hear that, man. That's Sad to
Yeah,
hear.
I was just
Send it to
answering.
below.
But
Okay, I didn't know
yeah,
if you saw it.
meat, putting a animal in the ground for like, it's not a fertilizer at all. There's a lot of gases and things like that that are, going to be constantly released, and the decomposition. The only type of animal I've ever heard being used as any type of fertilizer would be fish, and that was when I was really, really young, like 3 or 4. My dad had actually put fish in the garden, and I don't remember how it worked. I've never heard of anybody doing that since then. But no, animals do not work well as any type of fertilizer. Plants are great, certain minerals are real good, but animals not so much. I've never tried it. But no, in a garden, I would not put any type of animal in the ground.
Fish, maybe.
Yeah,
fish heads, I hear, are good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard of fish before, but like in Indiana, I never heard of an old man talking about that or anything like that about using fish. So yeah, I would maybe just not plant there. Make a little memorial with somewhat. That's what I would do. Or a real hardy, maybe a peppermint or a spearmint. It depends on where you live, but get a real hardy perennial, something that'll come back every year and doesn't die, and try to get that to take in there. But I wouldn't put any annuals in there, something that dies every year, like, your tomatoes, your peppers, your cucumbers, things like that. Put an herb in there, and I don't know, let me know what happens. I've never tried it, and I don't hear many people even using the fish. Like I said, I've heard of the fish before, but I've never heard anybody really do it themselves. It's pretty much, yeah, I've heard of so-and-so do it, or I've heard of so-and-so do it. But I don't really know. Wow, the first car that's drove by.
That's awesome.
Been there, what, 3-4 days now?
There
That's
is
awesome.
some. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, that's like 3 or 4 days he's been there, and that's the first car he's seen drive by. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
There's
Good
some
place to come in.
discussion. Sorry again, man. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. That was it. Hit it.
So in chat, they're talking about hearing the Native Americans taught the Pilgrims about planting fish under the corn. That's different, though, right? Different type of meat, different breakdown, oily, something, I guess. I don't know.
And again, I think it was just the fish heads, because they used the rest of the fish for eating, but they took the heads and the scales, whatever was the bones, and planted them, I think, for nutrients.
Right. Okay. Cool. And then there's also discussion. Go ahead, Zach.
Never applied it, so I just don't want to give any information that I haven't tried before. Yeah, like I said, I've heard of it. I don't know what kind of results you'll get doing it.
Well, I know there's
Could be
bone
good.
meal, there's bone ash you can put.
Yeah. Really, if
So I know
you're not
there
sure about that
is-
stuff, burn it. Burn everything till
That's
it's
what I
a
was
white
thinking.
ash, and then put that into your compost, and then apply it like that. Yeah, that's what I do with most of my plants. My pantaloons, anything with the pod, I will take all those plants and just bury them right underneath the soil in the fall. It adds a lot of nitrogen back into the soil. That's one of the plants, at least in this area, I can grow that I know does that for sure. All the rest of them, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, all that stuff, I will dry them out. I just pull them and then I let them sit there for a couple of days. And then I throw them into the fire pit and I burn them down to ashes. And then I put those ashes back into the compost pile. So yeah, it's really just a little bit of research here and there on what plants do what, at different stages, and then start applying that. There's probably things I'm doing right now that I shouldn't do, but I will learn here eventually that, hey, I need to do it this way. And then I'll apply that and see if it works. It's not something that I don't think anybody really can master. There's always something to learn, just like everything else. There's always something new out there. People are trying and figure. It's alchemy, is what we're practicing, and everybody does it different. Yeah, so just try stuff. I've never taken notes. I probably should, but I'm more of a go by your feeling type of guy when it comes to this stuff. I don't want to be too scientific about it. I like to put more of myself into it than, numbers and digits and things like that. Because where the stars are, where the planets are, is different every time. So different things are going to happen. We're being influenced by all these different forces at all the different times. And just because it's this way one year at this time, you can come back the next year at the exact same time and things are going to be different. The moon the moon and the sun are probably going to be pretty close to where they were. They're on circuits, but planets are definitely going to be somewhere else. The weather could be different, the amount of moisture in the air, everything. Go with your gut. That's my best advice. Go with your gut. Listen to it.
Great advice, sir. Great advice. That was a gentle rant.
Gentle
rant. Hashtag gentle rant. Wow. I can't believe we've almost done a show.
Almost. 9 minutes left.
Well, it was suggested earlier in chat, I believe by Daz, that rather than have a bunch of mask rants tonight, let's definitely have different topics. And I'm definitely open to getting away from the negative vibe. I've let myself dwell in it a bit over the last day or two, just because I've had some unusual encounters that were just, unnecessary. And frustrating in light of reality that we all know what's going on, are the ones who do know what's going on. Anyway, whatever. Again, yeah, I think that's a great idea. So, open call board tonight, open topic, except no masks. I guess. I don't want to tell anybody they can't say anything. Anybody, control their topic. You talk about what you want to talk about.
Oh, you can talk about it. You just can't wear one.
Well, yeah, of course, if you show up wearing a mask on our show, you're insta ban. I'm just kidding. We're not going to ban anybody. But definitely, we got all over the place last week. I don't think it'll be too difficult to stay off of topics. Or, I don't know. We'll see what happens. How about that? Organic is best. Except don't plant animals in your garden. That's not organic. Okay, so earlier,
but like I said, try it. You could try it. If you already did it, see what plant might grow there. You've already done one part of the process. Go ahead and see what happens next. Yeah, let me know, Lee. I'd be interested to know what happens. Sorry, Walt.
No, you're good. What time do you think you'll be going live tomorrow, man, on your channel? Tell them where to find it and what time you'll be doing it for sure.
The channel is Good Times for All, GUDTIMS, the number 4, ALL. And time, it'll probably be somewhat early. Maybe like 6 your time, maybe.
Oh, you mean
7
really?
Eastern? Yeah. Because tomorrow the thing might show up. And then other Saturdays, I can move it to later on in the day, like midday when it's hot, and I won't be out.
Right.
Karen's garden work.
Well, I was going to ask if there was a way we could simulcast it on our channel with you too, but I don't know all the workings of the new stream device.
We'll talk about it tonight. And yeah, it could be later in the day. I'd like to have, be there for Liz and Diva.
It would be more Josh than I, because I'm just having thoughts of it being something we might be able to do since we have this restream thing, but I don't know how it all would work. I can't do it here with my device at hand. So
why don't we do this? Why don't we just have Zach do your thing on Saturday and then shoot me the video once it's uploaded over on Telegram. Or if you
there
record
go,
it.
and then we'll just mirror it if that's okay, sir.
Yeah, we can premiere it on Sunday or something.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that sounds rocking.
I'm hitting
Sounds
that
rocking.
strike for sure. You guys are getting hit.
It's all right.
Copyright.
There's not many videos we
You're
put out. We don't
sicker
get.
than trees. No, I'm just kidding.
I love it.
Apparently, there was a question. We are on DLive, Michael Kilpatrick. We are on, Twitch. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Well, I say we are. I don't know if we're on all those things right now, but we have the ability to be on all kind of places.
Yeah, we do.
So, thank you, sir, for shouting that out. We are located on many of your streaming services. If there's one you would like to see us on currently that you are checking out that we're not on, you might be surprised to find we are on it. Are we on Library and BitChute as well?
Technically, I suppose.
Should we add those to the streamers? We're going to spread this thing so thin that it'll be like 2 people in every chat. 2 here, 2 there.
Well, I will say that I don't think that we have access to stream on those other sites. With Restream, there's a list of streaming sites. And there's 30 streaming sites that if you sign up for all of them, then you can stream to 30 of them. But if you're only signed up to 5 of them, then you're only going to stream on those 5.
I see. Well, that's cool. Well, anyway, you know where to find us, right? YouTube. We're always there. It's easy.
There's Alan Holman over there on Twitch. I think our one and only Twitch subscriber is our line producer. How awesome is that?
What? He said the image on Twitch is clearer than the image on YouTube. Then don't go see it because it's early in the morning and we all look horribly unawake.
Maybe you might have your settings on YouTube scaled down to something smaller, like 480 or less. I don't know. Because it should be the same going out on all platforms, depending on how the platform ingests it.
Yeah, what their default is. Yep. Well, thank you all. I'm trying to run this thing out as hard as I can without us going into another story on madness. That would be...
Well, there's that weird Ice 7, which I thought was kind of cool. The new weird phase of water that can grow as fast as 1,000 miles an hour. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then this idea of a big bounce rather than the big bang.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Next, it'll be the big flush or the big sneeze.
I teased it. We didn't even talk about the new water. That's why I was going to play I knew I had the Joe Satriani up for a reason. We'll do that later. Tuesday. Yeah, this is a long story about Ice 7. We'll save it. Teaser.
Yeah. So
Alan says he upped the image quality on YouTube, and now it's equal with Twitch.
Nice.
Thank you, Al. Always working, man. Always working.
That dude's on point. If there's anybody who's got this under control, better than we do.
Well, everybody has this under control better than we do.
Oh man.
Yeah, the big bounce. And apparently they're saying the universe simply expands and contracts. And it's those contraction points as they start to expand that would appear as a large bang, like a sudden inflation and creation, or creation and inflation. But really, it's just a contraction.
Now, didn't they have it back like milliseconds before the Big Bang where there was nothing? And they had that all mathematically mapped and blah, blah. Now it was already there and it's just expanding and contracting.
Already there. It's cyclical universe. That's right. A big bounce. Boing.
Dude, this shit changes like every day now.
I know, it's ridiculous.
They're like their whole model. They're floundering so bad. It's hilarious. Trying to make up shit. Yeah, it's not going to take too much longer, I don't.
You don't think?
Nope. The way I'm hearing people our age that are being woken up by their children. Like, yep, I'm a flat earther. My son, wouldn't let this go, and he kept talking to me about it. And yeah, it's hard to do, but yeah, you gotta, you know, are you gonna lie to yourself forever now, or are you gonna accept reality? That's a question that you have to answer.
Exactly.
And I just to myself. So yeah, it's even with this whole thing, and you know, flat Earth kind of being swept away under the rug just a little bit with all of this nonsense going on. There's still people out there talking about it. Yeah.
All right, Zach. Love you, friend. Love you, Josh. Thank y'all.
Love you guys. We'll see you all right back here next Tuesday for another exciting episode of the Ironworks. Right here on Truth Frequency Radio. We love you. Be good. Be well. Stay human.
Stay human.